I'd say most likely science vessel at this point, since C is switching into kind of a bio-vulture build, I think. He's switching into more factories. Most likely going to use vultures and mines. His first science vessel goes down. That's pretty critical. It's going to be tough for C to save this army. Goodbye, army there. So C is losing quite a bit of his natural expansion. This is his second only mining base. So Hydra getting a lot of damage done here. But still, Guardians are a heavy investment. If you can't protect them for a long period of time, it's just not worth it in the long run. So C taking out two Guardians, actually, since he didn't irradiate. There's another irradiate going to destroy those Guardians pretty quickly. And alright, here come the Vultures. As I said, Bio-Vulture going to try to use mines to get back into this game, because now C is kind of on the back foot. He got a lot of damage done with the squads out there, of course. Took down a lot of Mutalisks early game. But now he's working against a 4-base Zerg versus basically a 1-base Terran now, because his second base is not mining. He did pump one single Wraith to help himself against the Guardians. So the Guardians most likely not going to play a very huge factor in this game. Now C sniping lurkers, nice presence of mind for him. Of course, he loses his entire troop, but he sniped quite a few lurkers out there to make it a little less dangerous for him out in the field. Alright, let's see what C does. He's getting ready to float over his third base. I saw that command center. It's floating down to the a 5 o'clock position now. Had to look at a clock. But yes, he is going to have that third base up now to compete economically. But I'd say C is kind of on the back foot now, a bit on the back foot. He got that second base harassed quite thoroughly, had to float it off. Lost a lot of SCVs there as well. But alright, now he has Vultures, which will help him a lot against this kind of tech switch from Hydra, because Hydra, most likely, since he's pumping so many Zerglings at this point, he's going to straight into Defilers. He was kind of delayed a bit by that Guardian tech, by the Greater Spire tech, but he does have his Defilers up, going to have Consume ready soon. But this kind of melee ground army is going to fall pretty quickly to mines, and that is why C is focused on mines at this point. Some nice irradiates there. The Defilers grouped up together, hurting each other. Poor Defilers. But the Defilers are ready to go, so I think we're going to see C is going to be pushed back by the Dark Swarm soon. And look at all these factories. Going to be a lot of Vultures out to deal with. And of course, Vultures are extremely good against this type of army composition, as long as you stay away from the Dark Swarm. I mean, even with the Dark Swarm, the mines are still going to be very, very effective. So C most likely going to be able to break through one of these chokes soon, either at the 10 o'clock position or the 2 o'clock, with his Vultures, and especially if he gets a dropship out at this stage in the game, Vulture harassment is going to be so effective, because Hydra is going to be focusing his attention on the middle of the map, trying to keep C at bay. But alright, C still holding in the middle, has plenty of mines out, and now he's focusing on tank production, which will make it even scarier for Hydra as he tries to push in and get something done. So C, even though he was working off of one base there for a second, it looks like he's clawing his way back into this game. He's still a very scary force in the middle of the map. Okay, plenty of Vultures just all over the place. So I think that C, he has so many Vultures, he could do it like a speed Vulture, run by one of these natural expansions, skirt right by the lurkers, and break into one of these bases where he can get a lot of drone kills. Oh man, the Zerglings going out, basically doing mine dragging. Alright, some more Defilers out for Hydra. He is switching into this, and he's going to have to go into Ultras soon, because not many of his units are going to survive the minefield that C has placed on this map now. C has plenty of mines out to defend himself now, and now he's grouping up his mines closer and closer to Hydra's base, so as soon as he moves out, he's going to die to mines. So it's going to be kind of a nightmare for Hydra if he doesn't switch into a stronger unit, say Ultras, or maybe try to switch back into Mutas, take out all the science vessels. He's going to have to take out the science vessels to do that, but might be able to get that done. There's some Consume from the Defiler, and now Hydra is moving out into the middle of the map. It's going to be such a rude surprise, though, once he finds all these mines. And the Vultures at the same time, oh man, picking off these Zerglings, which are basically Hydra's only unit he has to attack right now are his Zerglings under Dark Swarm. So this C's tech switch here will kind of devastate Hydra for a while until he can get into Ultras. But he's working for so many bases, I think he'll be able to support Ultras here if he does switch into it. Not to mention he's taking another base now, his 5th base, up at the 2 o'clock position. So Hydra should be able to take the entire top half of the map, no problem. And it looks like that's what his plan is going to be, already taking that 2 o'clock, the other 2 o'clock natural expansion. Here come more Zerglings dying horribly, going out there before the Lurkers, which is smart, but still the Lurkers are going to take the mines, and oh, I'm surprised all those Lurkers didn't die there. It looks like one survived. But C actually scanning, trying to get rid of that Lurker under the Dark Swarm. That's a bit silly. But now C, he intercepted the Defiler, and he's still getting so much damage done here. I mean, this Lurker's not going to be able to get to the natural. No way. The mines are in the way. So, alright, what is Hydra going to do? As you can see, his entire army is being melted to not only the mines, but the Vultures are working so well against the Zerglings too out in the middle of the map. So the Lurkers, these Lurkers, I have a feeling we're going to see some very, very sad Lurkers soon. Oh, here come the Lurkers. I think we're going to have another mine trap down at the 8 o'clock position. I don't see any mines down there yet, actually. Looks like C is just kind of put them in the middle and near his base at the moment. I don't see any mines down at this 8 o'clock position now. So Hydra sneaking in. He loses a lot of units down at the 8 o'clock position, but he's still going to be able to get a lot of damage done. Attacking the 6 o'clock at the same time, which is smart. And C forced to pull back all of his tanks to take care of this. He does take care of it, though, before too much is done. C, right in the line of fire. He's actually running back. C, what are you doing? C loses a ton of SCVs. Oh, man. Well, I guess there were Lurkers down at the mineral patch, too, so he would have died no matter what. So, oh, man. Here comes a drop, actually, from Hydra. He's going to do a drop into this main now, which is probably the best way to go, since there are so many mines out in the middle. Use your Overlords for transportation. Here come the Ultras now from Hydra, dropping Ultras all over the place at this natural expansion. There are plenty of tanks in, though, in siege mode. So I don't think these Ultras are going to last long here, because I don't think they're fully upgraded at this point. Not to mention C has +1 armor and +2 attack. And hero SCVs fighting back the Ultras. The Ultras don't know what to do. They're so dumb. Can't get by the SCVs. The SCVs taking down the Ultra. It looks like Hydra finally found out about that. A little bit too late. Still has some troops in, but they're not going to be able to break in. This is a powerful build from a Terran player once you get your mines and tanks out at the same time. So C doing pretty well. Of course, he's being harassed right now. He's been harassed quite a bit in this game, but the amount of harassment he's taken from Hydra, I think he's been able to pay back at Hydra just at how many units he's destroyed. But as you can see, Hydra taking another base up at the 10 o'clock natural expansion. He's going to have 7 bases soon. I think he's taking the 12 o'clock too, if I see that correctly up there. He's taking 12 o'clock. Yes, he is. So he is taking the entire top half of the map. But as is C, taking the entire lower half. And his half is going to be much stronger than Hydra's half, especially with this kind of mech unit composition. Alright, the Ultra's still not getting much done against this amount of tanks. So at this point, drops are the way to go for Hydra. He tried to do a bit of mind dragging there. That's difficult to do with Zerg units, though. Much easier with Protoss units to do the mind dragging. But as you can see, Zerg players almost never go for Zergling bombs, much like Zealot bombs from a shuttle. Zerglings, they don't last as long. They can't drag and get some nice splash from the mines. But alright, here's Hydra transferring his drones to one of his new bases. Hard to tell which one since he's putting up so many. But alright, drops, as I said, are going to be the most effective thing that Hydra can use. But see, he prepared for that earlier. He had plenty of turrets down at his natural expansion, because that's the most likely place that Hydra will drop. Try to get rid of those production buildings, cut C off at the neck. And plus, all these mines are giving C so much vision of this map. It's kind of ridiculous. So Hydra, his time is kind of running out to get a nice, substantial drop, but it looks like he is going for a small drop with about 4 overlords. I don't think a small drop is really going to get this done, though, since there are so many troops down here being spotted now from C. Absolutely spotted, but they are filled with ultras and one single defiler who did manage to get off a dark swarm before it died horribly. But all of the ultralists melt. Oh, man. Not looking good, Hydra. Not looking good at all. So it looks like he was trying to do kind of a split, two-pronged drop attack, but C is completely prepared for both of these drops. It probably would have been better if he just committed to one, but the mines already set up from C. He knew this is coming a mile away. It takes out the ultras. There's the defiler. Did get the dark swarm there. So it's something for him, but he's not going to be able to take out the production buildings, which is what he really wanted to do. And see, it looks like he sniped a hatchery over at the 3 o'clock position. So Hydra already trying to extend himself past the entire top half of the map. And the Ultras running through the minefield. Luckily, Ultras can withstand mines quite a bit. But still, it's going to be difficult without Dark Swarm to deal with this mech army down from C. But now C is focused completely on mech, it seems. Looks like he's just gotten away from Medic Marine, just switching into Goliath Tank. And Vulture. The Vultures, of course, playing the key role here with the mines. 2 defensive matrices from C, enough to hold that back easily. So things are not looking very good for Hydra now. He's dealing with such a robust army from C. Defensive matrix, robust army. So I don't really see a way that Hydra's going to be able to hang on. Once C starts to move out, which he's probably going to do soon, he has such a large army, I think he'll be able to take down about 2 or 3 bases before Hydra can even fight him back at this stage in the game. Took Hydra a little bit too long to get that drop on. And he didn't attack at the right angle. Obviously went right over the turrets, which cost him a lot of units and those overlords, I'm sure. So Hydra might have lost his attacking window. He is still loading up overlords, being scanned by C. So C on top of this game now, snaking his way towards the natural expansion, towards one of the bases at the top. Hard to tell which one he's actually going to go for. It'd probably be easiest to take out the 12 o'clock and then move his way towards the main. Get the killing blow, but here comes Hydra. He's coming in with overlords at the same time, going to drop right on top of these siege tanks, dropping defilers, getting some nice dark swarm there. Drop as many units as he can on top of this. Looks like he didn't have as many units in those overlords as I thought he did. Man, kind of a tepid drop from him. Not enough units to take anything out. But of course, I guess it takes 2 ultras to fill up an overlord. Maybe those overlords just had basically nothing but ultras in them. Not sure. The ultras running back to find some more units to pick up. But look at this. Ultra slaughter. That's when you know you're in a bad position. So C is going to lock down this game now and take out all of Hydra's remaining bases if there isn't a huge mine drag or something here, which, nope. I don't see a mine drag. One mine could have taken down all those tanks, really, but it looks like it's not going to work out that way. 12 o'clock position going down, and now C, I think he was floating over command center, actually. Some kind of building is floating over to the 2 o'clock position, maybe trying to take that base for himself soon. But it looks like Hydra's run out of options. He's not going to be able to do much here against this many tanks. So this means that C and Jaedong are going to move out of this group into the round of 8. Another couple of strong players, completely strong players in this round of 8, I think. At least very, very strong players. Not exactly what everyone expected, including myself. I think I did better than 50% this time. Still a little bit over 50%, I think. But yes, still it's going to be an extremely strong round of 8. I can tell already. From the Zergling blood everywhere, C is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Not to mention Jaedong is going to be in there too. I think we all remember that guy named Jaedong. That one guy, you know, he looks angry a lot. Yeah, that guy. So Hydra, still no idea why he hasn't GG'd at the moment. Of course, this is his last chance, putting down the 12 o'clock position again, but that's it. GG from Hydra. Hydra's out. Now, we have one more set tonight. I gotta work my vocal muscles here. Gotta practice me. Okay, let's do it. Group D.